Hello, happy Sagittarius full moon. My name is Lisa and I am an astrologer based in Southern Ontario. So my Instagram is at LisaKissAstrology, and today I'm going to go over through Aries through Pisces. I have a list in front of me to make sure I don't forget anything, to explain what this full moon means for each zodiac sign. So I'm excited to dive in, and I like to say with these is I make no notes, I channel, I know the house that is being amplified with this full moon for each sign, but what comes through will literally come through. I don't like to plan what I'm gonna say. And then I like to say when you hear something, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, and then if it does, that's great. I like to make sure astrology is empowering, so only take what feels empowering for you and your life. And then let me know if you have questions below after hearing your little full moon horoscope. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm a Gemini. I love answering questions. I always have 1,000 questions, so I love when other people have lots of questions too. And then the last thing I will say is if you know your rising sign, listen to that message more than for your sun sign. But if you don't know your rising sign, listen for your sun sign. I'm going to go in order, starting through Aries and going down. But listen for the message that comes through for your sun, moon, or rising, and take what you feel resonates the most. But I do like to say listen for the rising sign. I find that to be the most accurate message when doing these, and then the feedback that I've received from people. So getting into it, Aries, this full moon is amplifying your 9th house of learning, exploration, new adventures, travel. So just thinking even thinking 6 months ago to when we had the new moon in Sagittarius, which was on November 23rd, 2022. So thinking that's for everybody to think back, what happened 6 months ago and what's going on now. But for Aries, has a perspective or changed, or do I have a new belief system? Am I releasing potentially an old belief to make room for something new? And then you might even feel the urge to explore and adventure and travel and get out there more and see what's happening, potentially whether it be through books, podcasts, courses, different things like that, but you're going to be focused on expanding the mind. The full moon can also be very much a time of releasing, because it's okay, here was my intention 6 months ago, here's where I want to be kind of moving forward with it. And a Sagittarius full moon is fire, so there's a lot of energy that comes with it, a lot of expansion. So this can be an area for everyone where you're gonna feel there's a lot of expansion and abundance coming through a particular area, but maybe you need to release something first in order for it to come through, because full moons are all about releasing. Okay, for Taurus, is amplifying your 8th house. So, full moons in the 8th house are tough moons. It can be a very emotional time. You might be wanting to deep dive or investigate into something that's going on. It can be a time to look at things that are happening within your psychological things. But it might just feel uncomfortable. You might not want to go there, but the full moon might ask you to just go deeper with something. And full moons are also the time of releasing, a great time to cry if you need to cry. That's just the message that comes through for Taurus. Next is Gemini. So Geminis, right now your house of partnership is amplified, because that is what Sagittarius, it's the opposite energy. So it can be a great time to reflect on how things are going with your partner. Is it serious? Is it not serious? If you are married or in a long-term partnership, just wanting to spend more time with your partner, checking in with them. But it can even be a time to check in with people who are super close to you in general, best friends, anyone who just you'd sit down and you'd tell them everything about your day, and you feel really close to them. So you're just going to feel really called to potentially be with one special person with this full moon. And then next, Cancer. Cancers right now are really focused on their health, their habits, their routines. Just like the one sentence that sums up what's going on for Cancers is, the secret to your success is hidden in your daily routine. So it's not like working out one time does something. It's like you have to do it consistently. Even if we think like 20 years down the line, those like little tiny habits that we have can affect our like long-term well-being. So I don't know if that hits for any Cancers. And then you might even, stuff with work might come up, or thinking like, what's the best way that I can help people? But before you can help people, you have to make sure that you are good and you take care of yourself, because normally Cancer energy, you're always taking care of other people. You gotta remember to take care of yourself first. Now moving on to Leo. Leo energy right now, the full moon is amplifying your house of creativity and just like fun and joy and like childlike being. So doing something that you loved as a kid can feel really good, or putting yourself out there, speaking up for yourself, and just I almost want to say, don't take no for an answer. I don't know where that's coming from, but for Leos, not being afraid to like express yourself, and not being shy, because Leo energy, they get such a bad rap for being like, oh, the center of attention, but I don't know, Leos can be very shy people. So like Leos maybe tapping into the spotlight energy more and not being as shy as you might be. I don't know, but there's the don't take no for an answer, so I don't know who that particular message is for. Next, moving to Virgo. Virgo, right now, it's more of an introverted time for you. You might want to just stay at home for this full moon, and maybe rearrange your home, buy something new for your home. Maybe you're thinking about moving. Maybe you want to, I don't know, spend more time with your family. It can be a much more introverted time, and more of like a quiet time, even like really reflecting on like your roots and where you come from. I immediately think of like grandparents and things like that. Next is Libra. So Libra right now is going to be really focused on community, even potentially siblings. This Libra right now, it's your third house. So like I find siblings can come up. Like anybody who's like friends, siblings, wanting to connect with them, going out and doing fun things. It's a more of like a higher energy for the full moon, in a more like fun area. You're going to find, if you track the moon every single month, you're going to have like a high energy, then a low energy, and it balances, and it goes like, it's the ebbs and flows. So for Libra, it's a much more like social, out there, like it's the opposite of what I just said for Virgo, but very much like, I want to be with people, I want to see what's going on in my community, I want to go to the new place that opened, all that kind of vibe, a lot of nosiness, a lot of questions, and just like be in that energy. For Scorpio, it's your house of work and value, so making sure that you feel good in your work, you feel valued there. Maybe you need to ask for more money at work. Maybe you need to do a reflection on like the things that are most important to you, and really rechecking, is that a word? Reevaluating your values. For Sagittarius, this full moon is in your first house of you, like it's all about you and your identity, and maybe thinking, how have I changed in the last 6 months? Maybe there's been a transformation, maybe I'm a new person, maybe I just feel completely different, maybe I just like identify as there's been something. It could even be like a physical transformation, maybe you changed your hair, maybe you have a new style, maybe like some things happened, but it's a lot of focus on like you. And then I find it can also balance off to like, if you've changed, the people you surround yourself with also have changed, and reevaluating like if there's an alignment there on the me to we axis, as I call it. Capricorns, right now this full moon is in like your 12th house of reflection, and even like endings, not in a bad way, but just as like what's ending, like what's closing a chapter, what new chapter is starting like next month. So like, what is something that's ending, but it doesn't need to be like anything sad, but like maybe there can be like the full moon energy you can feel for like a weekish after, like what's something you're just gonna like go inward with this moon, and take as much time as you need to like move past that ending of whatever that may be, right? Aquarius is going to be more focused on getting out there in your community and see what's happening out there, but also really focusing on and thinking of what's your long-term vision. The 11th house can be very like vision focus. So thinking like 10 years from now, where do I want to be? And what's something I maybe need to release to hit that vision? I want to do this with my hand. Like, where are you going out there, and like what's happening, and what do you need to do to get to that vision? And maybe who do you need to have like in your corner? And then Pisces, right now, the 10th house is of focus. So very much like not just the job you have right now, but maybe what's the next job you're going to have, or like how do you want to be seen at work? Like, are you the leader? Are you the compassionate leader? Are you the person everyone goes to for this? Are you the creative? Like, what is sort of the vibe you want to like be remembered for with your work, and thinking, is that currently happening in the work that I'm doing right now? Or maybe it could be you want to start a business or some kind of side business to have that energy come through. Yeah, and I don't think that Pisces is the last sign. So that is everything. If you have any questions about the message that came through for this full moon, let me know in the comments, and even just in general how you're feeling with this full moon energy. Full moons will either feel great and you're going to have fun with the energy, or you're going to feel like kind of an emotional mess because it's this like you might have trouble sleeping, there's more light in the sky, all of these things. And it'll like ebb and flow. So tell me below in the comments, and yeah, happy full moon.